Guys, it's wash up time. The boys have just come in. They've gone and run into the doggy day room. I'll put them to bed in a minute, but I want to do the washing first. Snoop's had his bath, so he's sorted. Sooty was done yesterday, so they're both nice and clean, both fluffy dogs tomorrow. I've got the towels and bits and bobs in the washing machine, so I'm going to get those done, and I can put those on the line tomorrow before I go to work. So tomorrow is Friday, yes, last day of the week. Right, put that there, just having to clear up. I was watching some, I was on YouTube. I don't know why I went onto YouTube, I can't remember what on earth I went on to do, but there was a thing about Friends and Friends clips and funny moments, and I had tears rolling down my eyes. It was so good. I never actually used to sit and watch Friends, but I used to catch the odd series. But my daughter loved Friends and she would watch every single series. She knew the lot. I think she'd seen the lot. She loved it, and I must admit, they are brilliant. They are absolutely brilliant. Right, let's get this done, and then I can get the boys sorted out. So what have I got lined up for the weekend? Well, I haven't got a busy weekend like I had last weekend, because last weekend I had my nails, I had my hair, and I had the laser all at the same time. I've rebooked those all, every single one of them. Apart from the nails, I couldn't book my nails because my nail parlour hadn't got a slot available 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So I said, okay, don't worry about it, I'll book somewhere else. And that's because I have to have Saturdays. I can't do any other day than Saturday because I'm just not here. So I'll find one of the other nail parlours that will do it. So I will miss out on my star, the next one. So I had to reschedule my laser and my my hair appointment because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be away, possibly in Morecambe area. Now this is where I said we'd be going to Liverpool and then Morecambe, so I might meet up some people who live in the Liverpool area. We can arrange something where I can meet up. I'm also going to do a meet and greet in Sutton Coldfield with my Sutton Coldfield gang. So I'll put a date against that so that they know. I'll get in contact with them to let them know what the date is, and I'll make it a weekend so that they can all attend, because last time I did it, some of them were actually working, and because it was on, I think it was a Friday the last time I went up to Sutton Coldfield, and some of them were working and couldn't make it. So this time I'm definitely going to make it for a Saturday, so that hopefully everybody will be able to make it. Right, where's my brush? Let's scrub this time. How's that look? Looks the same. There. That's done. Right, so this weekend, the Friday night, I've got to do my shop, so that's fairly normal. Food shop tomorrow evening. I did nip down to the supermarket on the way home from work because I needed some more salad items, which I did buy this evening. So it just means I don't have to buy those tomorrow. It's just that we ran out on the Wednesday night, so I've got some for tonight. So that's sorted. I don't know what I'm going to do for tea tomorrow, whether or not I cook something up when I get home, or whether I might fall back and have a fish and chips or sausage and chips, something like that. I'm not sure yet, but we'll decide on the day. Skippy tends to come with me now when I do the evening shops, which is really nice. It makes it a lot easier because we know, both of us know exactly what to get, and we can both go in different directions and then meet up, and it halves my shopping time. It's even better. We get in and out really quick, and it's lovely having a couple. Skippy's a very good cook, as opposed to me not being a particularly good cook. She's really good. So I do tend to rely on her more and more for the food side, but I do try and help. So to make it fair, I don't want to feel like it's her job and she's got to do it. It's got to be a joint thing where we both share tasks, and that's how I want things to be. Everything's shared, so that we both equally do jobs around. It's like this washing up. A lot of people turn around and say we all why doesn't Skippy do the washing up? Well, she does always offer, but because I need to do these videos, it doesn't really work that well. So this is the chance I get to actually have a chat with you guys. So once I've got this filmed and get upstairs, I'll put it onto my YouTube for you. And by the time it's actually loaded, I'm sat in bed, sat up with Skippy in bed, trying to go through some of my messages. And again, like I said, going through my messages, that's about the only time I do tend to get is late in the evening, when everything else is done. But don't stop sending those messages, because I love getting your messages. But I do get a lot of messages. I get over 1,000 messages a week, guys. It's been very quiet. I think Skippy might still be up in the front room, I'm not sure. She did say she was going to shut the front room down and go upstairs. I can still see the lights on. I can hear the telly as well, so I think she's probably glued to something on the telly. Right. Right, that's that bit done. A couple of spoons there. Oh, I haven't done my sandwiches yet. I just remembered. But they won't take long to do. I usually do them before I do the washing up, don't I? Just remembered, only because there was only one breadboard. I thought there's usually two. And I thought, the penny dropped. I haven't got any sandwiches. So I've got some more corned beef, so I'll finish that off tonight. Or put it in my sandwiches for tomorrow, should I say. And I'll have one slice left, so that could be half for both my boys as a treat. Right, as I was saying, things to do this weekend, because I'm losing track now. Friday night is a shop. Saturday, what am I going to do on Saturday? Interesting. I've got things arranged for Sunday. I'm going to go and see my mum and dad on the Sunday, and I'm going to help sort my dad's hedging out. My dad's hedging needs cutting, so I'm going to go up there. Skippy will come with me, and she helped last time I did it. She helped me, and that was really nice. Right, what shall I do next? I'll do the big plates next. Right, there's the big plates. I'm not going to go and see Peter this weekend. I did forewarn Peter that I won't be going to see him this weekend, but we do have a chat every morning. He always phones me up, we always have a chat. Peter still refuses to wear his hearing aid, which makes telephone conversations really difficult with Peter. It's not so bad when you're sat in the room with him, talking to him, because he can see your lips move. He can almost lip read, but you can't really hear what's going on. So when he phones you up and you try to get into a conversation, he's almost reading off a script, you know. Hi, how you doing? Right, yeah, it's lovely and sunny here. I'll speak to you tomorrow, and that's it. And you say, hang on, Peter, but he hangs up. So yeah, he can't hear you, but he does phone. He'll always say at the end, lovely to hear your voice. I don't think he ever does hear my voice, but yeah, when I go and sit in front of him, I think he watches your lips move, and obviously you are talking. He can work it out. Yeah. My dad's got a hearing aid as well. My dad was a bit like that. He didn't like to wear his hearing aid. But my dad's could work through Wi-Fi. He could get Wi-Fi on it, and he could actually answer the phone on his earpieces. I don't know how it worked, but you could actually be talking to him through his hearing aids. A bit of a weird one. But yeah, my dad was a bit of a sod for that. He wouldn't wear his hearing aids. He spent a lot of money getting them and getting his hearing checked out, but then he wouldn't wear the hearing aids. Yeah. It's a bit like glasses. I can remember when I first got glasses. Now, I didn't realise I needed glasses till fairly late. And the only reason I realised I needed glasses sort of came by accident. I was trying to I'd got a tool called a torque wrench. And the torque wrench has got numbers printed on the side of it. And you have to adjust it to a certain torque to use this torque wrench. And I was having trouble reading the scale. And I just assumed that it was the scale on the torque wrench was worn, and that's why I couldn't read it. And so I bought myself a brand new torque wrench, and that was exactly the same. And it's then the penny dropped, but that was the only thing I couldn't read. Everything else I could read okay. But then it started dawning on me that I think I picked up a pair of reading glasses in the supermarket, because they used to sell them in the supermarkets. And I tried a couple of pairs on, and I suddenly realised that I could really see well with these reading glasses on. I couldn't see long distance, but I could see to read, you know, like that torque wrench, I could read that. And that's when I realised I needed to go and see the opticians and get my eyes tested. And even my eye, when I went to the opticians, they said, "Oh my goodness, how long have you been like this?" I said, "Well, I didn't actually realise I needed glasses. It was only this particular tool that kicked it all off." And so I had my first set of reading glasses, single vision glasses, and I had those for, I think it was 2 years. I think you do 2 years, then you get your eyes tested again. And the next time I went to have my eyes tested, they said, "Oh, you need a little bit of correction on your long vision." And I'd already said to them I'd fancied having varifocals. They said, "Have you ever had them before?" I said, "No." And they said, "Okay." They explained it all the ins and outs about what to do. And they said that some people just can't get on with them. And they said, if I don't get on with them, what they'll do is they'll change them for single vision lenses again at no extra charge. So I thought, well, that sounds worth a chance. So I took the chance that I could have some varifocals. Wow, I've never looked back. Pardon the pun. But I've never looked back. I've always had varifocals since then, and they are so good. And these are varifocal. All the ones I've got are varifocal. I wouldn't buy single vision glasses anymore. I did have a whole load of them. I had glasses everywhere, just normal single vision reading glasses, all dotted around the house, in the car. So if I went out and I'd forgotten my glasses, I'd got some in the car. But yeah, they all went, and obviously I wear glasses all the time now. Obviously not when I'm in bed, but yeah, every day I've got my glasses on. I've got 2 pairs of glasses that I use. This is my, these are my, I'm trying to see which ones these are. I think these are my posh at home ones, and then the other ones are what I call my work glasses. I try to keep one pair for work just in case they get scratched, and have the other good pair at home. So yes, my eyes are due for another eye test this coming December, I believe. Whether or not I need glasses, I don't know. They'll soon tell me if I need to change my prescription, and I don't mind if I do, because you know I'd like to change them for maybe some different frames, have some different frame designs. So, but yeah, I really get on with my varifocals. Not everybody's the same. Some people just can't get on with them, but I love them. I've got somebody I work with at work. He's got single vision glasses, and he's constantly taking the glasses on and off to do things. He's doing a job, then putting his glasses on to read, and then taking his glasses off to do something else, then putting them back on again to read again. And I did say to him the other day, I said, "Why don't you get yourself some varifocals?" I said, "You'd probably find them a lot more useful than your reading glasses." And he said, "Oh, I don't know." But I don't know, I think he will eventually. I think he's at that stage at the moment where he's only just started wearing glasses, and I must admit, I was the same when I first started wearing glasses. I didn't necessarily like wearing them, but I needed to wear them to read things. But as time has gone on, it's almost like I depend on them now. You know, if I get in the car and drive down the road and I haven't actually got my glasses with me, I have to turn around and go home to get my glasses, because there's no way I could get through the day without having my glasses. It's a bit like your phone is like a limb, isn't it? If you lose your phone, it's like losing a limb because you do so much on your phone. I use my phone at work, for work, for doing things like MOTs, or taking videos or pictures, and then I can transfer them. So I use my phone all the time at work. So yeah, you start depending on things. A lot of people do banking online, don't they? Well, imagine if you couldn't do that, if you couldn't do banking online. Yeah, there'd be a lot more high street banks about, wouldn't there? I'm with Nationwide, who do at the moment still have lots of shops or banks, but I think it's only a matter of time before they will start thinning out like all the others have. It's nice at the moment to have a bank that's in the town, in Bury or in Sudbury. They've both got a Nationwide who I bank with, and they are so good. They are so good. I've got no complaints about the Nationwide. Brilliant bank. I used to, when I was my first bank I ever used to be with was Barclays, and that was to do with my dad, because my dad always banked through Barclays, and it made common sense just to follow that route. So I ended up having a Barclays bank account, had Barclays credit card, and then the company, one of the companies I worked for was the it was the co-op, and the co-op had their own banks, and when you were paid, they wanted to pay the money into a bank account, but they wouldn't pay it into my Barclays account. They said I've got to have a co-op bank account, so I had to have a co-op bank account with a card and checkbook and all that, because that's the only way you could get your wages. They'd pay your wages in automatically, but they'd only do it into their own bank. That lasted until I left the co-op, then I closed it. I don't know if the co-op still does have banks, I really don't know. They used to do insurance, because I used to have my car insurance through the co-op, pensions, so I had co-op pensions, but I think the co-op's got out a lot of this now, and I think they've sold out their pension sides. Yeah, but I don't know about their bank, whether they've still got a bank or not. Done. Right, that's all the plates done. Put that one there. Right, so I've got right. Yeah, all gone. Didn't take long, did it? Got that. When did we get that? I had to go. I can't remember when I got the ice cream. Was it the Saturday? Was it Saturday? Last Saturday, I think it was. So that big tub of ice cream didn't last long, did it? It was lovely. It was really nice. That was Tesco's own vanilla ice cream. Really nice. Now I've got another container, look. Oops, do it that way. I've lost all my bubbles are gone now. Doesn't matter, I've nearly finished anyway now, so it doesn't make too much difference. I think it's because the water got cold. That goes there, and all the calendar next, then the dog's dishes, and then I've got to do my sandwiches, guys. The sandwiches will be quick because it's just slices of corned beef, salad cream, I think. Did I have Branson? Yeah, I had Branson today, so it'll be salad cream tomorrow. That'll be a nice quick one, and I've got a sandwich bag already, so I'm all ready for it. Right, there we go. That's that one. And 2 more to go. These are the dog's dishes, and we are done. I think that wash machine should just about be finished. I don't think I have much longer left on it. It was only a short wash. Right, where are we going to put these? I'm running out of space. Right, last one. Right, we are done. Right. Okay, let's do those sandwiches. Don't know where the boys are. The boys might come once I start doing the sandwiches because they're going to hear me in the cupboard. 5 minutes left on the washing machine, so yes, that'll be finished by the time I go upstairs. The washing machine I've got now is a Samsung. Now this is an old washing machine that my ex used to have. Now when I was still with my ex, just before I left, the bearings went in the washing machine drum and it got really noisy, and I said to her, I said, the bearings have gone in the washing machine, you're going to have to get the engineer out to have a look. So she said, well, it hasn't got any warranty on it anymore. I said, well, you can still get them done. She said, okay, I'll look into it. So she went to a local firm who do white appliance repairs, as in tumble dryers, washing machines, that sort of thing. And they said to her, it's not going to be worth doing. They said, you have to have the whole drum. They said, and then there's the labour. They said, quite honestly, it's going to cost you as much to repair it as it's worth. You might as well just buy a new washing machine. So she said, okay, I'll get a new washing machine. So she didn't get one off them, but she did buy another Samsung, same as that, but a different model. So she got another washing machine. Now the washing machine, she bought it, purchased it, but she didn't want it to be delivered until I left, because she didn't want me using her new washing machine. So that one that I've got in here now had to keep going until I left, which it did, but it sounded like a jet fighter. It was really noisy, really noisy. Anyway, once I'd left, or I think it was almost the day I left, she had the new washing machine delivered. And they said to her they'd take the old washing machine away for, I think they said £25. And I said, don't do that. I said, I'll take the washing machine away. I said, in fact, I'm going to see if I can mend it. She said, oh, you can't do it. She said, because the bits are really expensive. And I said, well, I'll look into it. So I took the washing machine out of her house and I put it up in the shed at the top of the garden. I said, I'll look at that later. And they delivered the new washing machine for her. And they said she wanted them to plumb it in, they'd charge her, I think it was another £25 to install it. And I said, well, don't do that. I said, because it's literally a case of just putting the water pipe on and plugging it into the wall, just levelling it up. So she said, oh, okay. She said, will you do that? I said, yes, I'll do that. So I did that. I put the new washing machine in for her, plumbed it in, plugged it in, levelled it up, and that was that. So saved her £50. They actually charged her £5 for taking away the old packaging. I can't believe that. They charged her for the packaging to be taken away. Yeah, right. First time I've ever heard of that, but apparently they charged her £5 to take the cardboard and all the polystyrene away. But there you go, she paid that. So I gained a washing machine with rubbish bearings, or knackered bearings. Now I looked into it, half expecting it to say that you need a new drum, because I know that's what the hot points were like. When the drum went on one of our hot points, when the bearings went on one of those, they actually put a whole drum in. So I was expecting the same thing. So I did some research, and no, you can get the bearings. So I got the bearings and I got the seal that you needed, and I changed it all. It was a bit of a palaver, first time I'd ever done it. It was a bit of palaver. I had the whole washing machine in bits across the floor, but I did it and put it all back together, and it works a treat. It's absolutely perfect. What a fantastic washing machine. So yes, and that cost me, I think all the bits cost me £35. So that wasn't bad, that was good. I got a washing machine for £35. Yay. Right, let's do those sandwiches. And 1 minute left, and that's nearly done. Nearly done. Right, here we go. Right, so it's going to be corned beef sandwich. Let's just twist that a little bit so you can see what I'm up to. 1, 2, 3, 4. My last loaf of bread, this one, so I need to get some more bread. I've got about, there's enough there for probably tomorrow, but I will have to get some more. Right, so butter is there, and corned beef, which is there. This is where the boys will probably come in. Right, that's the wash machine finishing. And once the music stops, you hear a little click, and that's the door unlocking. And all I'll do is open the door and the soap drawer so it doesn't get smelly. And then I'll take them out in the morning. Yeah, it's just unlocked. I'll take the items out in the morning and put them on the washing line. Hiya, Snoopers, I knew you wouldn't be far away. And has Sooty followed you through? There's Sooty, look, see Sooty in the doorway? And Snoop's in front of the camera, down on the floor just in front of me. He's looking, they will have half a slice each tonight. He's wagging his tail, he knows. I will put some blankets on Snoop tonight because he had his shower today and he'll be feeling cold. He'll start to shiver and shake. So I'm going to put some blankets on him. So after he's had his biscuit on the sofa, I'll put some blankets on and hopefully he'll just cuddle up and go to sleep. He usually does. Snoop's always been a great one for going to sleep if you cover him. Even as a puppy, I used to put a duvet on the settee when he was a puppy. And once he laid down by my feet, I used to flip the duvet over so it used to cover my feet and him. And he'd stay there. He'd stay there all day. He loved it. He loved being covered. Right, well, here we go. There's half each here, guys. So I've got one slice left, so I'm going to snap it up for them. There you go, Snoop. Here you go, Sooty. Ready, Snoop? There you go, Snoop. I've got one more for you, Sooty. Say when you're ready. Here you go. Right, Sooty's got the last bit. Right, that's it. Right, so that's done. I need some salad cream. That one's empty. I don't know. I think Skippy put that back in the cupboard. I think it is empty. Let's have a go. What's in it? There's a little bit. Right, another one to be washed up. That can go there. When I was a little schoolboy, my sisters and myself and my parents used to always sit down for meals. We had a big dining room table, and it was every meal you'd sit down and have a meal together. So tea time, we'd have dinner at school, then we'd come home at tea time. There's a little fly in here, guys. At tea time, my mum would prepare a meal, and we'd all sit around the table to have whatever she'd cooked. Now, this particular occasion I can remember, and it was hilarious, absolutely fantastic. My mum had done us some chips. I can't remember what else it was, but there was definitely chips involved. And my eldest sister, she said, "Have we got any tomato sauce?" And my mum said, "Yes, there's some in the cupboard." So my eldest sister went and got this tomato sauce. Now, tomato sauce wasn't a very big mover in our family. It was one of those things we'd got, but it very rarely got used. So we had this bottle of tomato sauce in the cupboard. I'm presuming there must be a best before date on them. This one was probably well past. So my eldest sister jumped up, went over to the cupboard, got the tomato sauce, came back to the table, and she stood there as you do, or sat down as you do, going like that, shaking it up. And then this had a metal cap, this one, so she undone the metal cap, and you then just poured it over on the side of your plate. So she shook it up, she took the cap off, and as she took the cap off, this thing exploded like a bottle of champagne. It went everywhere, I mean everywhere. It went on the ceiling, it went on the curtains, went all over us, over the table, everywhere. and it had just gone off. I think it like fermented, and these were glass bottles, so they probably held a lot of pressure. Mind Snoop? Snoop just knocked the camera in, and this thing just exploded. Now let's see if there's a best before date. Recyclable. I can't see a best before date unless it's stamped on the bottom. No, on the front. No, I can't see it. Oh, there you go. Yes, it has 01/09/2026. So yes, they have got a best before date. I never realised that. But this bottle of tomato sauce must have been really old, I reckon. And it went off like a bomb. And the funny thing was, it was like a look of shock on everybody's faces. And then everybody all started to laugh at the same time. But it was everywhere. It wasn't like it was done on purpose. It was just unbelievable. I don't know if it's ever happened to you guys, but yes, that was a long time ago. That was in the 1970s. Right, I'm going to put these away and put them in my my tuck box for tomorrow. I need to get my little muffin cakes out as well, guys, and do those as well. Right, that's done. And now I've got another breadboard to wash up, but that will have to wait till tomorrow tea time now. Goes in there, goes in there. There's a good boy, Snoop. Okay, put that away. It's there. Cakes, I said, didn't I? Two cakes. I need the cling film for these ones, guys. Good boy, Snoop. Snoop's still sat down here, still hoping for some more food. Can you see him down there, looking around? He lives by his stomach, does my Snoop. Okay, mind yourself, please, Snoop. Mind. Good boy. Oops. That's it. Right, we are done. We'll need a spoon. I'll pop a spoon in there so I've got a spoon ready. Otherwise, I've done it before where I get to work, go to eat my yogurt and I haven't got a spoon. Right, there you go. One spoon. Put this back in the cupboard. Oh, there you go. Pop that in the bin. That's it. We are done. So I think we can all go to bed now, boys included. That can go there. Right, just fill the kettle up, turn some of these sockets off, and the washing machine I've got to turn off as well. Right, that's all open so it won't go smelly. Turn it off at the wall. Right, that's done. I'll turn the radio on in a minute. There you go. Mustn't. Right, that's the kettle filled for tomorrow. That's all turned off. The back door's locked. Put that in the bin. Take my apron off. There you go. Right, that's it, guys. Right, let's turn that. Oh, biscuits. We need some biscuits. Snoop just ran into the doggy day room. Right, radio's on. Out we come. Whoops. Just caught the door with the selfie stick. I want to grab some blankets out of the front room, guys. because I want to put those over Snoop tonight, otherwise he might get cold and I don't want him getting cold. So I've got these blankets in the front room. These are the dog's blankets. That's what if they jump on the settee, they always sit on these. So here we go. Right, there's my boys waiting. Right, down you get, Soot. Come on, Sooty, down you get. You go, Soot, Soot. There you go, here. There's a good boy. Hang on, Snoop. Come on, get down, Snoop. Get down. Okay, up we get, Snoop. Up, 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 up. There's a good boy. There you go. There's a good boy. Right, so Snoop's got his blankets on. It's up to him if he keeps them on. He usually does. He usually just curls up in them. So I hope you're all tonight. Night night, guys. Sleep tight and I shall see you boys in the morning. Right, it's bedtime. Come on, let's go to bed. Right, night night, guys. Sleep tight. You'll be good. I'll see you in the morning. Right, time wise, it's 25 to 11. Right, front room's done. I'll turn that one off. I'll just short my selfie stick, guys, so I can carry it up the stairs. I've got to turn the shower off as well. I haven't turned that one off yet. That's still turned on. Here we go. Right, so turn that one off and up we go. Oh dear. Oh. Right, just. Right, just shut the bathroom window. I opened that so it didn't steam up in here too much. Turn that one off. And turn that one off. And we're in. Right, we are done. It is officially bedtime. Oh, one day to go. This time tomorrow, we'll be well and truly into the weekend. Right, there you go, guys. We're done. And no, these are my work glasses. So those are my, what I call my posh glasses, my homey glasses. Those ones. And then those ones above them are my work glasses. And so, yeah, just the two pairs. So I had my work glasses on all day today. I just didn't realise. Right. Right, guys, I'm going to sign out now. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to put loads of videos on for you guys again tomorrow. So I'm going to love and leave you, sign out, and I shall speak to you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.